What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fight that has the entire boxing world buzzing, the one that could define a generation. Terence "Bud" Crawford versus Saul Canelo Álvarez. This isn't just a fantasy matchup anymore. The talk is real, the tension is building, and the first shots have officially been fired. And who fired them? None other than the pound-for-pound king himself, Terence Crawford. In a moment that sent chills down the spine of the boxing community, Crawford looked dead into the camera and delivered a message as sharp and precise as his jab. He said, "Don't beg for something you can't handle." Let that sink in. This wasn't bravado. This wasn't trash talk for the sake of selling tickets. This was a cold, calculated warning from a man who has dismantled every single opponent put in front of him. Let's break down what this really means. Canelo Álvarez, the undisputed king at 168 pounds, the cash cow of the sport, has been on a quest. After his loss to Dimitri Bivol, he's been looking for legacy-defining fights, for challenges that will cement his place among the all-time greats. A fight with Crawford, the undisputed champion at 147, who just made history by becoming undisputed in a second weight class, is the biggest challenge out there. Canelo's team has been dropping hints, testing the waters, talking about the possibility. They're begging for it, in Crawford's words. But Bud's response cuts right through the noise. Don't beg for something you can't handle. He's not just saying he'll win. He is implying that the very experience of being in the ring with him is something Canelo isn't and prepared for. He is suggesting that Canelo doesn't truly understand the level of danger he'd be inviting. This is a masterclass in psychological warfare before a single contract has even been signed. Why is Crawford so confident? Let's look at the tail of the tape, but not the one you see on screen. We're talking about the intangibles. Crawford is a switch hitter, a phantom in the ring. He can fight orthodox, he can fight southpaw, and he can switch between them so seamlessly that his opponents get utterly disoriented. We saw it against Sean Porter. We saw it in devastating fashion against Errol Spence Jr. He downloads your data, finds your weaknesses, and then systematically breaks you down. He's a tactical genius with killer instinct. Against Spence, everyone expected a 50-50 fight, a war for the ages. What did we get? A one-sided demolition. Crawford didn't just beat Spence, he embarrassed him. He took a fellow pound-for-pound elite, a man many considered his equal, and made him look levels below. That performance wasn't just a win, it was a statement. It was Crawford declaring to the entire world that he operates on a different plane. Now consider Canelo. He's a phenomenal fighter, a masterful counterpuncher with devastating power in both hands. His bodywork is legendary, and his chin is made of granite. He's bigger, naturally stronger, and has been competing at a higher weight class for years. On paper, the size difference is the biggest hurdle for Crawford. Canelo has feasted on smaller fighters who have dared to move up. Think Amir Khan, think Kell Brook. He walked them down and ended the night early. But here's the million-dollar question. Is Terence Crawford just another smaller fighter? The answer is a resounding no. Crawford isn't Kell Brook. Crawford isn't Amir Khan. Crawford possesses a boxing IQ that is arguably the highest in the sport today. His ability to adapt mid-fight is second to none. While Canelo is a brilliant counterpuncher, he often relies on opponents making mistakes and coming to him. Crawford doesn't make those mistakes. He dictates the pace, controls the distance, and sets traps. The challenge for Canelo would be immense. How do you counter a fighter who changes his style every round? How do you land your power shots on a moving target who can hit you with knockout power from either stance? Crawford's timing is impeccable. He doesn't just throw punches, he places them. He finds openings you didn't even know you had. The mental frustration of facing a puzzle you can't solve, all while getting peppered with sharp, stinging shots, is a nightmare for any fighter, even one as experienced as Canelo. So, when Crawford says, "Don't beg for something you can't handle," he's talking about this puzzle. He's talking about the mental and physical beatdown that he believes is inevitable. He's not just challenging Canelo to a fight, he's challenging the very idea that Canelo can comprehend the type of fight it would be. He's saying, "You think you want this smoke, but you have no idea how hot this fire burns." This statement is also a power play. For years, Crawford has been the boogeyman, the fighter that many top names seem to avoid. Now he's the undisputed, undefeated king, and he holds all the cards. He's not chasing anyone. He's the one being sought after. By issuing this warning, he's flipping the script. He's putting all the pressure on Canelo. If Canelo takes the fight and loses, Crawford's words will echo through history. He begged for something he couldn't handle. What would this fight look like? I see the early rounds as a high-stakes chess match. Canelo trying to establish his jab, walk Crawford down, and land those thudding body shots. Crawford would be on his bike, using his movement, switching stances, gathering information. He'd be popping the jab, controlling the distance, making Canelo reset over and over. As the fight progresses, this is where Crawford's genius would shine. He'd start to time Canelo's advances. He'd begin to land his straight left from the southpaw stance, a punch that has been the undoing of so many. He would counter the counterpuncher. Canelo's power is the great equalizer, of course. One big shot could change everything. But Crawford's defense and ring awareness are sublime. He rarely gets hit clean. Crawford's statement is a reminder to everyone. He is not just a skilled boxer, he is a predator. He's the most dangerous man in the sport because he combines sublime skill with a ruthless finishing instinct. He sees the ring as his domain, and anyone who steps into it with him is trespassing. Canelo Álvarez is a legend, a first-ballot Hall of Famer. But even legends can bite off more than they can chew. Crawford has put the ball squarely in Canelo's court, but he's attached a serious warning label to it. The world wants this fight. Canelo might want this fight for his legacy. But Terence Crawford has made one thing crystal clear. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And in his world, getting what you want could mean getting completely dismantled in front of millions. The king isn't just sitting on his throne. He's daring someone to try and take it. And he's promising it won't be pretty for them. What do you guys think? Is Crawford's warning justified? Can Canelo handle the puzzle that is Bud, or would it be a repeat of the Spence fight on a grander scale? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear all your predictions. Thanks for tuning in today, everyone. This is a fascinating time in boxing, and we'll be here to cover every angle. If you enjoyed the breakdown, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content. We've got more deep dives and fight analysis coming your way. Until next time, take care and stay tuned.